Hello, everybody, and welcome to Turn of the Century Games. My name is Mike. Today we got Pokemon Blue version, so first generation Pokemon game. There is a reason we're playing the blue version and not the red version. We're just gonna go ahead and start up a brand new game here. So, biggest reason that we're playing Pokemon Blue, we're not doing an actual playthrough of this game. I just wanted to show off a couple glitches that I just found out about a couple days ago, and I thought they were kind of neat. I've known about a couple of them for a while, but I've never seen them implemented the way that they were implemented. And so I decided that I would go ahead and take a crack at trying to do some of them. We're just going to give our rival here a random name. There is no rhyme or reason to this name. The biggest reason why the rival name and the player name make any real difference in first generation Pokemon games, especially Red and Blue. If you're familiar with the Missing No glitch, you'll know that the Missing No glitch can be influenced by both your name and the rival trainer's name. But we'll get to that in a little bit, probably much later. But the first glitch that I wanted to show you isn't really a really helpful glitch. It's just kind of a cool little glitch. So everybody knows that at the start of the game, you log into the PC here, you get your free potion, and generally you just leave and what have you. But did you know that you can do this? So you can swag the PC and turn it on facing any direction. To do it, you simply face the PC, input a direction really quickly, and then tap the confirm button. And if you do it within a frame, you will turn the PC on facing whatever direction you pressed. Not very useful for anything other than showing off. Kind of a neat little trick that you can do to, there's no real, like I said, there's no real point in doing it. You will never see it in like a quote-unquote professional playthrough of the game because it does waste frames, and those guys are playing for speed, whereas I'm not. I'm just here showing off neat little things that I've found. So the unfortunate thing is that for the next 10 to 15 minutes or so, we are just going to be playing vanilla Pokemon Blue. There's not going to be much of any glitching or anything going on at this point. We are really just playing Pokemon. But for the first set of glitches that I want to do, Bulbasaur makes the setup so much easier. So we're going to take Bulbasaur. Personally, Bulbasaur is my favorite starter anyways, so this works out. Bulbasaur is by far the best starter. Go ahead, fight me on that. I don't know why I did that. I really didn't want to nickname my Bulbasaur, but whatever. We give it a shorter name, that's less time that we gotta sit on a text box, so. Alright. So we're gonna fight our rival here. Now, it's not imperative that I win this battle for the first glitch to work, but winning this fight definitely makes things easier because that gets us to up to level 6 much quicker. We're gonna have to turn off these attack animations and speed up the text in the text boxes. This is annoying. I thought it was running a little slow. Alright, Charmander, I'm tired of getting growled here. Like, quit lowering my attack stat and let me just kill you. So in Pokemon, you can lower an opponent's stats 6 times in any one direction. At which point you'll start seeing a message that it failed or that nothing happened. hit. That's very helpful. Come on. So yeah, we won't be seeing any... Wow, another critical hit. That was really nice. We won't really be seeing any glitches until we get to Pewter City. Alright, so... Yep, go make your Pokemon fight to toughen it up there. Okay, so now that we've set our options, we can go ahead and continue on out. So, just like vanilla Pokemon, we're going to go ahead, we're going to make our way up to Viridian City and get Oak's parcel. Now, normally speaking, if this was just a regular Pokemon playthrough, which it may become eventually, I would go ahead and I would actually fight that Pidgey. But since it's not, and I'm just kind of in a hurry to get to Pewter as quickly as possible, we are going to skip over the Pidgeys quite a bit. And if you guys like this video enough, go ahead, leave a comment down below. Follow us on the Facebook page. Let us know what you think, and I'll see if I can get Tyler to sit in the next time that I sit down to play this, if I play it again. That way there, we got some more commentary. Tyler's a little bit more versed in Pokemon than I am, at least as far as traditional Pokemon play goes. Tyler's much more competitive in Pokemon than I am, but regardless, we're going to make our way back down to Pallet Town to give Professor Oak his package. I'm going to intentionally avoid all the grass there. Now, one thing you can do to save yourself some time is when you come back here to give the package to Professor Oak is talk to him from above. The reason why this saves time, you're going to see here in a second, is because your rival has to pop on screen and talk to Professor Oak as well. And by standing up here, you lessen the number of tiles that the rival has to walk on. And the rival's walking speed is really rather slow. So speaking to Oak up here, like I said, it gives the rival less space that he has to be on screen for. And it speeds this process up by, a couple seconds. And he's already gone. Alright, so next thing we're going to do here, we're going to make our way up to Viridian City again. And thankfully I've taken no damage at this point because we just ran away from all those Pidgeys. And look at that, we didn't get any encounters there either. That's fantastic. Now, I didn't talk to the Pokemart guy down below Viridian City there, which may or may not come back to bite me. So let's go ahead and let's buy a potion. And you know what, before we get too far ahead, I do want to go ahead and I want to stock up on a couple items for a future glitch. I guess the Pokemon Mart is up here, not down here. So let's see here. I'll get Pokeballs and antidotes in the forest. Let's go ahead and buy a Paralyze Heal and a Burn Heal. Those will be helpful here in a little bit. We're gonna leave. Okay, we've already gotten our potion up here at the tree. So let's go ahead and proceed on to the forest. Now when we get into Viridian Forest, we are not going to fight any wild Pokemon yet, or any of the trainers, except for the mandatory bug catcher at the very end of the forest that has the Weedle, level 9 Weedle. So search a tree right there, you'll get an antidote for free. Then you come up this way. If we come up here, we can get a Pokeball. Oh wow, we found a Weedle. So Weedle in blue version is not a common occurrence. In blue version, Caterpie and Metapod are more common than Weedles and Kakunas. So to avoid all these trainers, we're actually going to walk in this grass here. Now we'll avoid that trainer and that trainer. And that'll get us another antidote. We're going to continue along, and one thing you can do when you're navigating the forest, if you walk up and down the middle of the paths, and of course, as I was getting ready to say it, I get an encounter, but if you walk up and down the middle of the paths, roughly 90 to 95% of the tiles that are in the middle of these paths are not actually programmed to give you an encounter. So you will almost never get an encounter walking up and down the exact middle of those paths. So we'll pick this potion up, and then we're going to come this way, and then right in front of the mandatory trainer here is going to be, the bug catcher is going to be another potion. So pick that up, and now we're going to enter into the fight with him. Now by defeating this bug catcher's level 9 Weedle at level 6 with our Bulbasaur, that'll get our Bulbasaur to level 7, and he will learn Leech Seed at that point. This fight might take a little bit. Because we're not doing a whole lot of damage to this Weedle. We'll hope for a couple lucky critical hits. But critical hits in Gen 1 are based pretty much exclusively off of your Pokemon's speed stat. If your speed is a lot higher than the opposing Pokemon's, you can get critical hits quite often. Alright, so that's going to take us to level 7. And Bulbasaur learns Leech Seed. Okay, now important thing here, normally at this point most people would go up to Pewter City and would heal their Bulbasaur. We're not going to do that. We're actually going to just search for a Metapod or a Kakuna at this point, because defeating a Metapod or a Kakuna will be enough experience points to get us to level 8, and we also need to finish our setup for the first of the glitches. Oh my gosh, a Pikachu! That's like a 5% encounter rate. That's pretty awesome. You don't see Pikachus too often. Okay, so we're really hoping that we just find a Metapod here. Dang it. Keep getting Caterpie. Alright, well, I'm going to take this time here to go ahead and flip my moves around. So, when you go to do this glitch, you need to have Bulbasaur's moves look exactly like this, in this order. So, you need Leech Seed up top, then Tackle, then Growl. What we need to do now, and again, the reason why I really would find it great if we could find a Metapod or a Kakuna, is because Metapod and Kakuna, one, they'll give us enough experience points to get us to level 8, which we need to be at level 8 to do the trick. And two, if we... there we go. If we find a Metapod or a Kakuna, we can use up enough power points to actually be where we need to be with those moves as well. And all this Metapod's going to do is use Harden. So I do have to knock it out before I get to a certain point. Like, I need to get my tackles down to 16 power points of tackle left. And then I need to get my growls down to 36 power points. So I need to use 4 growls and a handful more tackles here. I might actually knock this Metapod out I got 5 more tackles to use. Oh, okay, yeah, no. Actually, at this point, unless I get a crit, I might not knock it out, which would be horrible. Because I really need to knock it out. Like, really need to knock it out. Dang it. Okay, so that's unfortunate. I don't want to touch Leech Seed because I don't know that it will work if I do. So we're going to run away. And I'm going to pause recording, and I will be back when I find another Metapod and I get those values set. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, so I am back. So we did get our Bulbasaur to level 8. And looking at its stats, we can see that it has 20 tackles left and 37 growls. So I need to get one more encounter and just use 4 tackles and 1 growl. It doesn't matter what we encounter, it's just so long as it doesn't knock us out. We have our potions handy to kind of offset any damage we might take. So it doesn't even matter if we take on this Caterpie. We can go ahead and we can use this Caterpie. So we'll lead off with Growl. And then we'll just go ahead and we'll use our tackles. Wow, really? Okay, well, let's run away because I don't want to get any unnecessary experience points. I really don't think it would be anywhere near enough to get us where we want to be. But I don't... Okay, Metapod's perfect. I really didn't want to accidentally have an incorrect amount. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use Tackle. And we're going to use Tackle one more time, and then we're going to run away. Perfect. So, we now have, let's go ahead and show it. We have, in our Pokemon, we have a Bulbasaur, which I'm going to go ahead and heal with a potion. And remember, the reason why we heal with a potion is because we want our level 8 Bulbasaur to have exactly 16 power points of Tackle left and 36 power points of Growl left, and the moves to be exactly in this order. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to leave the forest. And we are going to come up here to Pewter City. Now, anyone that's played this game for any length of time will know that if you come over here to the eastern side of Pewter City, there's this youngster trainer here. And if you try to walk past him, you get this automatic dialogue that Brock is looking for new challengers. And then when you proceed through them, he walks down and he escorts you over to Brock's gym in Pewter City, basically locking you into Pewter City until you defeat Brock. Now, what if I told you that you could bypass this youngster and not take on Brock at all? You might be a little bit interested in how you do that. So I'm going to show you. When you get to this point, right here where I'm at, open up your start menu and highlight the save option. Cancel out of your menu. And what you're going to do is you're going to walk past the trainer like you normally would. He's going to give you his little spiel. When you get to this text box where he says follow me, instead of hitting the A button to confirm, you'll hit the B button to cancel. And when you press the B button, as soon as you press the B button, press the start button to pause the game. Like that. Now, if I had my face cam on, I'd be able to show you that pressing up and down on your D-pad does not allow you to move the cursor. That's because technically right now we're in a cutscene where directional pad input is disabled because you're not supposed to be able to move while the kid is escorting you to Brock. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to save the game because we still have access to our face buttons. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to save the game. Yes, that's fine to erase my old game. And now once that's done, we're going to go ahead and we're going to restart. So it's effectively, we have reset the console. Go ahead and we'll start the game up. We're going to load the save file. And you'll see that the kid kind of gives us the end of his spiel like he would when we were at the gym. So you hit the A button to confirm while holding right on the D-pad. That way there, as soon as you gain access to your character, you can go ahead and walk right past him over into Route 3. Now at this point, we could go ahead and we could fight all these trainers. But what if I told you we don't have to do that either? So if we come back over here to the youngster, there's a glitch where this kid was never intended to be interacted with from this tile. So, from this tile, with our setup, the way that we have our Pokemon, let's go ahead and flash our Bulbasaur's stats so that we can load all of these values into memory. Now, when we interact with the kid, he's going to give us the general spiel and everything, but when he gets to the follow me line, go ahead and hold right on your D-pad and press the confirm button. And you're just going to walk right away from him. And this is a glitch called Brock Through Walls. Essentially the way that this works, the collision is now destroyed. Like, there is no collision detection at all. Now, we can't go too far out of bounds with this because it will crash the game. However, see, look, we can just kind of like walk right through her and everything. Like, we could walk through the Pokemon Center. Yeah, we could do all kinds of things. Like, we could walk over this sign. The important thing is that we cannot stop pushing a direction. The second that we stop pushing a direction, the pause menu will open up, and wherever we're at, we will be locked into. So, basically the way that this glitch works, and the reason this glitch works, is because that youngster was never, like, we just totally skipped Mount Moon. That youngster trainer was never intended to be interacted with from that tile. And because we interacted with him from that tile, the game had to try to come up with a way to process that information. And because we loaded the values 8, 16, and 36 into memory, that forces the game to execute some code that basically overflows into an error stack, as far as I am to understand it. And it allows you, like, it overwrites the ability to press the D-pad in that cutscene animation for when the kid is taking you over to Brock's gym. So we're just going to go right here. Now, like I said, your collision detection is completely broken until you stop pressing a direction or until you walk into a building. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to heal our Pokemon. Now here's the thing. Those of you familiar with this game will know immediately where we're at. We are currently in Saffron City, which is kind of amazing, because we did it with just a level 8 Bulbasaur, and we have no badges. Alright though, so you're probably thinking to yourself, if I did this, this is foolish, because that Bulbasaur is going to get its ass kicked by, like, literally everything. And you would be right. So, what we're going to do is we're going to head over this way. Now, normally speaking, this guard will not let you proceed through the route because, oh, I'm thirsty and the road is closed because I'm thirsty. But funny thing is that you were never supposed to see this message coming from the Saffron City side of the gate, so they just kick you out to the Celadon City side. So we can proceed on to Celadon City, which is very nice. Over here in Celadon, we're actually going to do something else that we need to do. Now remember, we saved, or like we used the Poké Center inside of Celadon City, or inside of Saffron City rather. So since we're here in Celadon, let's go ahead and show off one thing that's fairly useless, but you know, I think it's kind of neat. First things first, I do want to come up here and get the hidden item. So there's a PP up. not really useful, but having items is always useful. So if you come into this building here, and some people will know this, some people won't, the tile set looks a lot like a Pokemon Center, but this is actually a hotel for people in the game. However, if you come over here to the corner, oh look, there's a hidden PC. Kind of interesting. And funny thing about the hidden PC, yeah, you can swag the hidden PC as well. So, alright, we're in Celadon. What can we do at this point? Well, what we can do at this point is we can come, let's see, wrong building. We can come over here to the diner, and we can talk to the guy up here in the corner, and he'll give us the coin case to play the slots at the Rocket Game Corner. Which is all fine, well, and great, except, you know, we're a 10-year-old kid, and we don't have a lot of money. So, we're not going to be doing a lot of gambling. Actually, we're not going to do any gambling at all. We're going to come over here to the Rocket Game Corner. We're going to speak to this nice gentleman who's going to give us some coins. And then if we come up here, there's 100 coins on the ground here, which is very convenient because now, if we go next door, we can actually get ourselves an Abra, which is fantastic. So now we've got our Abra, so now what? Well, now we use the Abra to teleport to the last Pokemon Center, which just so happened to be in Saffron City. Very, very convenient. So, if you guys liked this video, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment. Like I said, follow us over on the Facebook page, because there is going to be more content coming. I do have another neat little glitch to show in the next video. It doesn't require nearly as much setup time, because we've already set up parts of it earlier in this run, or, well, in this part of the run. So, be sure to keep your eyes out for the next video, and until then, guys, I'm Mike with Turn of the Century Games. I hope y'all have a good one.